Hello, and welcome to episode number 22 of the Pin Podcast, where I like to bring you modern topics with a vintage flair. I'm your host, PinUp Miami, and you could find the Pin Podcast on Instagram at the Pin Podcast Official, or my Instagram, PinUp Miami, to find out more about my lifestyle, things that are going on, new podcast guests. And this episode is actually sponsored by my own pinned calendar. If you guys didn't know, I put on a calendar every year, and I have women apply from all over. They just have to fly to South Florida. They get a makeover, and this year it's pinups and cars. And let me show you the back cover here. They are only right now $20. And we are having a calendar virtual release party next Saturday. You could log in on Facebook, my YouTube channel. It'll just be like a telethon interviewing all the girls from the calendar. I'm going to be DJing some oldies. It's just going to be a really good time. And you can get your calendar and even call in on my hotline that I've had for this podcast at 1-833-4A-PINUP. So you guys are not going to want to miss that out. And you could buy your calendar now at pinnedcalendar.com. And today I have a very special guest all the way from the other side. We have Miss Kimmie. Her Instagram is Miss Kimmie Marin. I never pronounced your last name before.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'll put it down in the description below. And she is basically like gold in human form. She's so amazing.
Oh, thank you. So are you.
Thank you. So tell people who you are.
So my name is Kimmie Marin. It's fine. No one could pronounce it right. So like my dad is from Ecuador. My mom's from the Philippines. That's why I look this way, but I can speak Spanish, which is very helpful. So I live in Southern California, born and raised. I'm a nurse. After I finished nursing school, I took a job in South Florida. I was there for a year and a half, and about a year ago, I moved back to California. But while I was there, I was able to meet Jenny, so that was good. Other stuff about me, I've been interested in pinup culture, pinup outfits, all that stuff since I was in high school, and like I graduated in 2012, which is kind of, I don't know if that's old yet. I don't know. I got into the pinup scene when I was in high school. I don't know. Like some people look really old, but they're like in their 20s. Some people look really good, but they're like 40. No shame in that. It's surprising. But yeah,
I look younger than what I am. So
I always thought you were my age. I know you're a couple years older than me, but I always think you're young. But yeah, let's see. So I really like pinup. I'm really into punk rock. I'm a dog mom. My dog child is next to me asleep, and I work as a nurse, and my back hurts all the time.
At such a young age, your back hurts.
At such a young age. I take Motrin almost every day, which sucks. Yeah, that's not a very good thing.
Is it because you're on your feet all day, or?
So like I'm walking a lot, but like the thing that I do that I should not do is I'm like always like I have poor body mechanics. That is what it is called, and I'm always like bending over and leaning over or something, which I shouldn't do, but I do anyways. But yeah, and I live in Southern California. It's cool here.
So what did you like about Florida and what you did not like about Florida?
Okay, so the things that I tell people that I miss about when I live in Florida are, number one, the friends that I made. I really miss you guys. I do miss living next to the beach and being able to drive to the beach easy. I miss cafecito. Oh, I miss that so much. Especially when you work nights, because I work nights, and I would take one little shot of cafecito and I'd be up like the entire night. So my friends, cafecito, living next to the beach. Disney World. Disney World. Oh my God. I
Same.
miss Disney World so much. Like Disneyland and Disney World are like not even on the same level. Oh my God. So those are the things I really do miss about Florida.
I still want
Uh,
to visit Disneyland.
come. Well, like don't come right now. It's not open right now, unfortunately. Like my boyfriend and I, we went to downtown Disney the other day, and it's just like just being in downtown Disney made me so happy. But then I saw the gates of Disneyland, and I was just like I cried inside because that's where I wanted to be.
I
Because
see
yeah,
a lot of people posting pictures of Disneyland, the entrance, so it must be close to, like, it's not like Disney World, they have to get on a monorail to go over and...
nah. So like where the parking lot is versus where the front entrance is, you can easily walk. Like it'll take you probably 10 minutes if you walk. There is a tram, but the tram isn't going on right now. But because there's two different parking spots, there's the main parking spot, and then there is the like downtown Disney parking spot. So you just if you were park in downtown Disney, it's like a 2-second walk to the park. It's great.
Mm.
But yeah, like I really do miss Disney World. I even told my boyfriend, I was like, if things here in California don't work out, why don't we just move to Central Florida and just live there? Because I can go to Disney World all the time. And he was just like, no, Kim, we're not going to Florida.
No, Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, and talk about your looks. I love when you do like the alternative looks and the pinks and dark colors.
Yeah.
What's the company name that you love?
Sugar Pill. Oh my God. I will promote Sugar Pill till the day I die. So let's see. I think it definitely started when I was in high school, where I just wanted to put as well. In high school, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. And then when I hit college, I was just like, oh, makeup is a thing. And I was just figured I'm going to put as much colors on my face as possible. And I still do not know how to blend at all. Nope. Right now is a very like simple look, but but I think part of it has to do with the pandemic because I don't really have like I'm not going to go out really. There's no reason for me to put a lot of makeup on. That's sad. Like right now, the only wear like this is like the first time in like months I've worn lipstick. So thank you. I don't know. I just like I started off with like, what's your favorite color? And I was like, okay, my favorite color is pink. Let me just put a whole bunch of pink on my face and it'll look good. And then the thing I like about Sugar Pill is that they have very weird colors. They have very alternative colors and the pigmentation on them is really, really good. Like you don't have to build it up really. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of makeup on. We're gonna do this. So I still do like I'll put like purple in my eyebrows, or I'll wear like pink and purple eyelashes, or I'll wear blue lipstick. And I kind of feel like because when I started wearing makeup in 2013, and when I compare like the early 2010s or like the early 2000s, because like I was around at that time, like I feel like makeup was really, really like boring because like it was like the same colors. Like how many times can you wear brown and make it look good? Like like it was just kind of the same colors over and over again. And like, oh God. I like when people think, oh, the Kardashians aren't wearing makeup. It's like, girl, they are wearing makeup. There's just a lot of it. But yeah, so like people like when I compare makeup then versus now, I feel like back then it was like a lot of just the same browns, the same nudes, the same colors, and like every now and again you would have like an edgy person or an edgy company who would like have some sort of color. And I consider myself a colorful person. Like my closet is just like every single color, every single style. But yeah, I just really like playing with color and just putting as much color on my face as possible. And like sometimes I would challenge myself and I'd be like, okay, I haven't used this specific palette in a really long time. Let's just make it work. Let's just make it work. And then like another thing that I've learned is like, let's say that I mess up my eyeshadow. If I wear like huge eyelashes or if I wear glasses, no one will know. So there's that. And yeah, it's just honestly, it was just all that to say, it was just me playing with color because I love colors. I love being colorful. I just wanted to put as much color on my face as possible.
Yeah, and you always have a splash of color in your hair as well.
Yeah. Now it's pink. It's not like picking up very well, but it's pink now.
What came first, your love of makeup or pinup? Or was it like at the same time?
Nah, it was my love of pinup because I got into pinup when I was in high school, and during high school I wasn't really allowed to wear makeup. Um, so what every high school kid does. What I would do is when I was because my dad didn't want me to wear makeup to school. So he would drive me to school and as soon as I got there, I would go into the girls' bathroom and I would put on like this really crappy $1 eyeliner that I got from it was the NYC brand. I don't know why I remember that specifically, but it was the NYC brand. It was $1 eyeliner, and I would like very badly do a winged eyeliner, which to be fair, like winged eyeliner is hard. I would put on $1 mascara, also by NYC, and then NYC also had $1 bullet lipsticks. The packaging was awful, but I didn't know the difference. The colors I always got were like retro red or sheer red because I would just like the way that I got into pinup was I don't know how it was just like pictures on the internet, but I found pictures of Bettie Page. And I just thought that this woman is the most beautiful woman ever. Like for some reason, like I just thought she was like the most gorgeous thing. And like Bettie Page is the queen of pinups. Like when I was in high school, I got Betty bangs because of her, which wasn't a good idea for my acne. But like I got bangs because like I got the bangs and it looked cute, but then I immediately regretted it. Like I like, you know, just being on the internet, like I found pictures of Bettie Page and I thought, you are the most beautiful woman in the world and I want to look like you. So, cuz my mom has a house in Las Vegas. We would go to her house in Vegas, like I would go to her house in Vegas and one day we went to one of the casino malls. And yeah. So like I was walking around the mall. It was attached to the Planet Hollywood casino. And then as I was walking around, I saw the Bettie Page store and I got excited because like Bettie Page was like she was like queen goddess to me. So like yeah, I still like every time I have so many Bettie Page dresses, and I still have the first Bettie Page dress that my mom got me in high school. That was like my 18th birthday present from her or something like that. It was like some birthday present that she gave me a Bettie Page dress, and I still have it, and it still fits, which I'm very proud of. But yeah, so like basically the way that I got into pinup was I found Bettie Page, and I just thought she was the most beautiful woman in the world, and I wanted to be Bettie Page. And even now, my mom doesn't know how to say pinup. She says, she's Asian. Wait, Kim, go put on Bettie Page dress. Because, like, So, yeah, like, I still have the dress my mom gave me from back then, still fits. I have, like, a lot of dresses. Well, now the company isn't called Bettie Page anymore. It's called Tatiana. And you had Crystal, who works for Tatiana. I love Crystal. Like
she's awesome.
Yeah, she's great. I learned so much about her. Like she used to do like costume stuff. Oh my god, Crystal, we love you. But yeah, like my closet has like a specific section just for my Bettie Page clothing. Well, Tatiana clothing. It's now called Tatiana. My closet has a specific section just for Tatiana clothing. Like I have so many of their dresses because like, you know, I just remember little high school me being like, oh my God, this is the best place ever, but I have no money and that dress is $120 and my mom would buy it for me. And then because as time went on, when I got into college, I was allowed to wear makeup because I was living on I was living on campus. So I started trying to like express myself through makeup. Like I said, I wanted to put on as much colors as possible, but at the same time, I would kind of like want to dress that 50s style. So I got into like pinup makeup and fashion before I started really experimenting with colors. So yeah,
And you also modeled for Tatiana, no?
I did. It was I still remember that day. It was like around it was around thing like it was oh god, it was Black Friday that I did that. So
It must have
like
been incredible because since you like were looking, that was your first pinup dress and you love the store, you even have your own little section, and then all of a sudden you're like there.
yeah, so I'm not sure if they do it currently because pandemic, but Tatiana has a pinup studio. So you pay X amount of money and then so Crystal does your hair and your makeup. And then they have a photographer. His name is Daniel. Daniel takes the pictures. And then like Daniel edits them and he makes you look snatched and like then he sends you all the pictures and like it's just for me it was really good because I think at the time like my self-confidence wasn't well, before that, my self confidence wasn't the best. But then being able to like put on that dress and have my hair and my makeup just felt really like it was like, yeah, I am pretty. And just put on that makeup and like the dress and everything, and then have someone like professionally um, edit the photo and everything. And then they use the pictures for ads sometimes, which every time that happens, I'm like, oh, thanks, guys. Like I did it with my mom too. My mom didn't really know what to do. It was kind of cute. But like so I've done a solo photo shoot and then I've done a mother-daughter photo shoot and like both times they've used the pictures for ads and every time that happens it's like, "Oh, I'm a model." And it just makes me so happy.
I just love the fact that like you found something that made you happy, and even though your dad didn't let you wear makeup, you still pursued it after. And then you just learned that you're a beautiful girl, but it took
Yeah.
having to go through all that to make you like, oh,
Yeah.
because I would
I,
think now you're very confident.
oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, what is it? I think it was my dad just being like, "You're my little girl. I don't want you to grow up yet, so don't wear makeup yet." But my mom, because I lived with my dad, not my mom, the majority of the time. But like my mom would be like, "Girl, wear that makeup. Go do whatever you want." That was in the beginning though, when I kind of didn't know how to wear makeup, and I would wear normal colors because I was still trying to like practice. But then like whenever she sees me with like black lipstick or like blue lipstick or something, she gets all sad and she's like, "You need to go change. Why are you wearing that?"
It's okay if you're in her standard.
Yeah, but like I just think it's something that every person, even if it's like not with makeup, every person kind of goes through that where they find something that they're interested in and in the beginning they have no idea what to do. They're just kind of like, well, I'm interested in this thing is cool, but then like with time like you get better.
Yeah.
So even like with modeling in the beginning you're awkward and you don't know what to do, but then with time you get better. Or like my boyfriend fixes computers. I have no idea what he does really, but he fixes computers. I know in the beginning he broke a couple things, but like now he's really good and like if like he can fix my laptop no problem, which is very useful.
I know a little bit about computers, but I don't know how to fix the hardware.
He does. I'm very proud of him even though like I've seen him do it and like he does it like it's nothing, but I have no idea what's happening. But like I'm happy for him. He's doing what he enjoys.
And I have a question. I'm curious to know, being a nurse, like you're in babies. Wait, how do you
Yeah.
call it?
Oh, okay. So in Florida, what I did was they put me in med surge and mother baby, And currently I do antepartum and mother baby. So
What is
antepartum,
antepartum? Oh, you're
oh,
gonna
antepartum is you're pregnant, but you're sick. So like all the patients in antepartum are still pregnant, but there's some other issue going on with them. Or like the main reason why we get people in antepartum is like they ruptured too early. So we need to like keep them in the hospital and monitor them to make sure that the baby doesn't come earlier than they have to. So that's part of what I do. And then the other part is I do postpartum or mother baby. They're the same thing. So it's like you just had a baby and you're going to stay in the hospital for a few days. And I'm the person who like takes care of you for the next couple days.
Has things changed a lot because of COVID?
So at the hospital I currently work at, I started after COVID happened. I think I started like May.
Oh.
But from what other people have told me, like right now we only have one visitor per person, per patient. And before it was like everyone can come if they wanted to and like be in the room, which isn't the best idea because the rooms are really small and sometimes you have to like share your room with somebody. Yeah, so there's that. I have to wear a mask the whole time, which like can be hard, especially when because like my job is also kind of like labor intensive, so that's kind of hard when I'm like moving patients or like there's like testing we do on the babies every 24 hours, so I have to wear a mask the whole time, which is really like hard because of all the stuff I'm doing with the baby. A lot of my job though is education, and like I feel like a lot of it is an education and encouragement because a lot of women are like, I don't know how to do this. Like, I don't know, even if it's like their fifth baby, sometimes it's been like a really long time since the last time they had a kid. So like for me, it's just like teaching them like this is how the main job that I have is teaching women how to breastfeed.
Oh.
So it's like, oh, this is how you breastfeed. This is how you take care of baby. This is how you like basically like don't drop your child. Like I don't know, like always make sure you're watching your kid. But yeah, like I just really like my job. I mean, even on the bad days, I can still walk away from work and be like, well, I still like my job because like I'm surrounded by babies the majority of the time, and it's just me chilling with babies. So, like sometimes there's a baby who like the mom left the hospital, but for whatever reason the baby has to stay with us for like an extra night. So we just kind
The
of
mom
like
isn't staying?
well, like a lot of times it's like a CPS case.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it does get sad, but sometimes if there's a CPS case, um like the baby will stay in the hospital with us. So we just kind of spend the whole shift like loving on this baby and just snuggling this baby. So like it's just us at the nurses stations kind of like passing the baby along to the next person for snuggles. But yeah, like so it is unfortunate cuz stuff like that does happen, and that's like the sad part of my job, but at least like for those first couple days, at least we were able to like love on that kid no matter where they go at the end, like in the end.
So you're gonna be ready when you have a child.
Yeah, yo. Some people think I have kids. I'm like, no, I have a dog. That's it. I told my boyfriend like, yo, when
A
we have a
dog with an
child,
Instagram.
yeah, at Oxy the Shih Tzu, I will always hype him. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure like the first week I have a baby, I'll be set. But then like after that, I'll have no idea what I'm doing because like for me, I only take care of newborns, and then after the first couple days, they
Like,
go home.
bye.
Or like another thing too is like if they're crying a lot and I try to calm them down and I can't, I just kind of like, sneak them back in and I'm like, okay, here's your kid back. Here's your child. But I try to like calm down the baby before I give them back to their parents. But like sometimes you just can't, and they just really want their mom.
Mm. And talking about, I asked you about COVID. Now with COVID, everything has gone virtual, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
people going virtual. And this is a segue to how we met.
Oh yeah.
Because I wanted to end it on this story because I think it's really something. I think our story is great because it shows the power of like networking and internet. I would say.
Yeah.
I forgot who it was that told you about me.
It was either. Sorry for interrupting.
You said somebody in Tampa.
It was okay. So it was. I think she goes by Bangkok Bunny on
Yes.
Instagram. Yeah, I forgot how I like met her.
You said an Asian pinup a Facebook group.
Oh, okay. Now I remember. So, like there was this Asian pinup group ran by a girl named Kat on Instagram. And then we ended up becoming friends because like she would post my pictures and I was like, oh, so we ended up becoming friends. And then turns out she lived not too far from me in California. So visited her a couple times. And then while I was in when I told everyone, "Oh, hey, I'm moving to Florida," she was like, "Hey, here's a couple like here are like one or two pinups that I know of who like are also like part of Asian pinup girls. So like here's this one girl named Bangkok Bunny." So I texted her a couple times, but then she told me that like, "Oh, there's like a girl I know of cuz like Bangkok Bunny, she lives like Central Florida, I think. I think she lives in Tampa. She lives in Tampa. And then like she told me, "Oh, here's this girl who lives closer to you." And it was you. It was you, Jenny. And like what is it? I think what's still like from where I lived to like where you lived was like super far. But like yeah, I went to like the first time you and I met, I went to your house, which
yeah, because we were chatting. So to fill people in, we were chatting on Instagram, and you wanted to hang out, and you lived all the way down south, like in Kendall-ish area.
Yeah, I lived in Kendall.
And I lived north, or South Florida is huge. It's its own
which I didn't know. Which I didn't know at all.
Now you know South Florida is its own country. And then I was like, hey, why don't we go to this car show? But you wanted to bring your dog, and it was far for you because it was even norther from me. So
it was in Pompano. I remember every time I drove past Pompano, I was like, Jenny.
So I told you, I was like, if you feel comfortable, come to my house. I was like, you could come in your PJs. We'll get ready, and then then we will drive up to the car show because I love car shows. So I was like, and I was like, we might as well. I felt like, okay, there's one mutual, so it could be fine. She's not gonna kill me.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like when I was driving up there, I was like, Kim, this could be a man who's going to kill you.
Luckily, we were great, and I have a picture that I keep on my fridge from our first date. Yeah, so I met her in her PJs, but then we got ready. Woo, right there. She took it.
I still have that picture.
I love the borders of your Polaroid because it was so cute. She showed up in a Polaroid. And yeah, we went to this car show. Her dog stayed at my house with my dog, and we just hung out. So like the dogs had a date. We had a great day. It was awesome. And it was really like natural, and I loved it. And I loved
and then like, okay, sorry. Like, I just want to point out that like, I love pinup stuff. And then like, like we had that mutual thing, but then when I would like go to because this was like in the beginning of me living in Florida, like I didn't have any friends. I would tell my coworkers, "Oh yeah, I did this really cool pinup thing," and I showed them pictures, and they were like, "Kim, you look old." I'm like, "Oh my god, what?" They're like, "You look so old. You need to be Miami-fied." I'm like, I don't know what that means.
I think Miami-fied people look old with all their, I don't know, ultra looking.
like I don't know. I think because at the end of the day, like you wear what you want, but I don't think you should like make people feel all insecure about what they're wearing. And that's kind of what happened because like I thought I looked hot that day, and I did. I looked very good that day.
I thought you looked really hot.
You did too! Like, I thought we looked great that day. I'm pretty sure the dress you wore, you made yourself. Which I
Yes.
still, side note, I still have the skirt, the Dumbo skirt you gave me. But yeah, so like I thought I felt good and I like felt really cute and everything. But then like when I went to work and I was like, oh, look at this cool thing I did over the weekend. Everyone was like, you look so old. Why are you wearing that? I was like, girl,
Haters.
well, haters. Yeah, I was like,
No, I understand. People shouldn't bring people down. Like a good example is me and my twin sister. Like she doesn't like my style. I mean, we look nothing alike, but she doesn't like my style. I don't like how she dress. It's not like I don't like it, but I don't dress like that. But we never. I always hype her up. You know, she's very Miami and wears the dresses, ultra kind of vibe.
yeah,
But she loves it, and I always hype her up for it because you know it's what she likes. It would make her happy, and
yeah,
she hypes me up and you know, I mean, we tease each other because we're sisters, but that's how
yeah,
everyone should be, and that's why I started Pin South Florida because I was by myself, and with this meetup group, I wanted to unite people that had a love for pinup that other people will find weird, but here I wanted a home that people could have, you know, like mutual, like how we had ours was organic.
yeah. Ours was like, I like pinup, you like pinup. Let's meet up and go to a car show. And then the more I spent time with you, the more I was like, because like Bettie Page / the Tatiana brand was so like central to like me kind of like becoming an adult because like those were like, oh, I'm a grown up now because I can wear grown up clothes. That doesn't make any sense, but it does to me.
It
But
makes
like,
sense.
and then like I found out that you actually worked for Tatiana, and I was like, oh, there we go.
It's a circle of life for you.
Yeah, God, it's a good circle though.
Yeah, I am so glad to be part of your circle.
Yeah, and like I always when I can, I'll always send you a card. Like I have no idea what I'm gonna wear this Friday for or this Saturday for my Christmas pictures, but you're getting a Christmas card.
Yay! I'm so excited. And I thank you so much for being on my podcast today. I
Yeah,
really appreciate it. And look at that, Tatiana Crystal was on my podcast, and now you're on my podcast. Another
yeah.
Tatiana circle for you.
Yes. Yeah, like I feel really bad because like their Instagram got hacked and then they had to like start from
Yeah.
scratch. And then I was talking to Crystal and they used to have a physical store, but because of the pandemic they had to get rid of that and they're just doing a warehouse right now.
Oh,
So,
I didn't know they closed down the store.
yeah, they had to because the pandemic has been messing with everyone. So, all that to say, dear viewer, please go to Tatiana and buy all their clothes because their clothes are
And they have
great.
great
They're well,
sales.
yeah, they have great sales. They're great quality, great price. The people who run it, the people who work there are amazing. Like, they're so sweet. Like, yeah. Like they're a great brand. Like if you're gonna pay money for pinup clothes, let's forget about all those other brands that have shady things going on in the background when you can buy from like a really good group, a really good, cool group of people who love what they do.
Well said. Do you have any questions or something else you want to add on?
Yeah, so like how did you get into pinup, Jenny?
I got into it. I'm gonna give the short story. I got into it because in college, I've always liked rock and roll and swing music and old music. But in college, well, in high school, I always wore uniform. Like I was one of those people that had uniform always. I wasn't popular, but I wasn't like the loser. I was always like the middle. I was cool with everyone. And then in college, I went to the University of Florida, and I was really into student government. So I always wore suits, but I always felt like it was so boring. So towards the end of my college career, it's gonna sound weird, but I was into circle skirts, and from there, the fashion just came from it. Um, and then I just loved it so much that I loved the silhouette, and then I looked into it more and more, and that's how my style evolved. And I've always loved hot rods, and that's why I go to a lot of car shows, and that's why I invited you to a car show. Because one day, I always think of manifesting things. Like when I bought my house, I bought it when I was 25, and I kept thinking about it, and working towards it. And now I'm like, I've got my house with a garage, so that one day I have my hot rod in it. So I go to car shows to manifest it. I'm gonna have my hot rod.
I believe you will have a hot rod. One day.
That's the
One day you will have one.
only thing I'm missing so far to make me, I feel like, I mean, I'm not really missing anything, but that would really complete my soul.
Yeah.
Yes. So that way I can roll up with you into the car shows, or anybody that wants to come. I feel like that would complete me.
Yo, what you should do is I don't know, where does Route 66 start? Does it start in Florida? I don't know where it starts.
I don't know.
But you should do the Route 66 trail and come to SoCal.
Yes. When now I need a hot rod.
Yeah, now you need a hot rod.
Go ahead.
Oh, go on. No, it's okay. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say one day.
Yeah. Okay, so other question I have for you. What is your favorite red lipstick? Since red lipstick is so important to PinUp, what's your favorite red lipstick? And what advice would you give to someone who is starting out in PinUp?
Well, first of all, I appreciate you asking questions because only I think one other person took me up on the offer. But
I just kind of thought of these questions off the top of my head. So
the red lipstick, I change a lot, but I would have to say off the top of my head, my two favorite is, I don't remember the name of the color, but Rihanna has this really good liquid lipstick that comes in a lipstick looking tube.
I know which one you're talking about. I don't know the name of the color either.
But she only has one red, and it's super cute, and it lasts a long time. And I love the Maybelline, the matte. I don't have it with me. I know it's in my purse somewhere. It's it's one of those that stay. You can eat anything, and it just stays.
Okay.
That doesn't really answer the question, but it's by Maybelline, and it's in a rectangle tube, and you can get it at Walgreens.
Ooh, okay. So high end and low end. For me, my favorite, huh?
Oh, I was going to answer the second question.
Oh, no. Well, real fast, my favorite red lipstick is a liquid to matte formula from Lime Crime. The color is Red Velvet. That was the first liquid to matte lipstick. It's the first liquid to matte lipstick I've ever used, and it's still my favorite. And I rarely repurchase products, partially because I have way too much makeup, but that's one of the few things I will repurchase. Yeah, so Lime Crime.
And their packaging is really cute.
Their packaging is cute. I feel like sometimes I buy things mainly because I like their packaging, not even because of any other reason.
And then my tip for somebody that's getting into PinUp, that was the question? Yes.
Yeah.
My tip is to experiment with different things. Don't let it get you down if something doesn't work. For me, there's some things I look back and I'm like, oh, why did I even wear that? But again, it was a learning curve. Or, if you want to try to get your eyeliner, don't get frustrated at first, keep going. If your hair doesn't do a victory roll like you wanted or poodle, don't get frustrated. It just takes time. So I would say just practice and take time and enjoy it while you're doing it. If you're putting too much effort and getting mad at yourself, then you're losing it, because PinUp is about, we have this passion about, the glam and the beauty and the music and the cars, but it's supposed to be fun. So I would say keep it fun and keep it, keep trying if you really want something specific.
Yeah, I would say the same thing, because it does take time. It took me forever to learn how to do a victory roll. My arms would, because my hair is real thick, my arms would hurt as I'm just trying to fix my hair.
You have a lot.
But it was worth it. Yeah, I do. But it was worth it in the end. I would say too, don't let anyone get you down. Don't take yourself too seriously. there are people out there, no matter what subculture you or subgroup you get into, like there's going to be people out there who are going to be elitists and who are going to say, oh, well, your dress was made in 1955, not 1966. Like there's going to be people who nitpick no matter what you do, but like
I've had that happen to me so many times.
Yeah, and it's like, why, bro? Like we're here.
They'll be like, oh, that's not vintage. And I'm like, bro, I'm a bigger girl. This vintage doesn't fit me. Like let me live my life. I'm not trying to.
Oh my God. That I feel that so hard. Cause like there's like a whole bunch of vintage, like I go thrift, well, before COVID, I would go thrifting a lot and I would find a lot of cute dresses that I want, but they would never fit me because my boobs were too big. Because like, I guess people in the 70s, cause I really like Gunny Sacks. It was by Jessica McClintock. It was in the 70s. It basically made you look like a prairie housewife, which I loved. Like none of them fit me because my boobs are too big. I'm just like, did people in the 70s just not have boobs? Like, why is this happening?
Well, that's why I started sewing and like.
Yeah, and you're good at it.
And that's why that's why with a podcast and everything that I do, even the calendar, I love when I get compliments that people say they love the retro vibe, but it's still modern. Because I'm not trying to replicate anything. I'm trying to get the gist of everything that we all love and try to bring it into modern times. And that's what I really try to do.
To be fair, didn't like, I don't know if it was in the 50s, but at one point, did people not love pencil brows? Let's never have pencil brows come back. Those make me sad. But yeah, or side note though, like another thing I would say to like someone getting into pinup, I would say though, like it's kind of important to get, like, when it comes to clothing, try to get like some really good basics or like really good base clothes. So like if you want to do pinup 50s, I would say get like a really cute circle skirt, get a really cute pencil skirt, get a nice cardigan of some kind. So like you'll find like, you know, find a piece that is very versatile and you can use over and over again.
At the thrift store, you can get all of that. And
Thrift everything. Unless it's by Tatiana. By Tatiana.
I got lucky once and I thrifted a Tatiana piece.
Oh, I did too, but still.
Well, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
It's always a pleasure. And
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Next week, I'm going to have Maddie from Maddieland Photography. She is the photographer that I've used for the pin calendar, and we're going to sit down and talk about the calendar, about photography. So if you have any questions for her, feel free to hit me up on Instagram or send me a text at 1-833-48-PINUP. And yes, I will see you all next week. And bye.
Bye.